thought he was quite naive on the last round last year competitively. And I have a couple of examples of that. And, you know, he alluded there in his interview about maybe learning from last year. I think this is what he was talking about. He starts out 2 shots behind Rory McIlroy. He's not the crowd favourite, although he does have a lot of people, you know, wanting him to win too. He gets 2 shots on Rory on the first when Rory makes double. Then he gets another shot on the second hole when he makes a birdie and Rory makes par. Now he's got a 1-shot advantage. His strength is his driving. His strength is his chipping. What does he do? What decision does he make in the third? Instead of pushing home and continue to put Rory under pressure, he did the opposite. He laid back.
And Rory was surprised that he did it.
We were all surprised. You know, for a guy who sees the initiative, you know, great match players recognize moments and sometimes they're presented to you, and that's when you put the foot down. And I thought that was weak from him. It was a bad decision at the wrong time. And he gave the initiative back to Rory, who made birdie there. Rory hit a great shot into 4, and he kind of went on from there. Then you move on to what was said in the documentary on Amazon. And it was incredible that he would come to the 9th hole trying to chase Rory down. And yet he's blasé about, oh, I don't care, your putt or my putt, we're both 8 feet, it doesn't really matter. Wait a minute, as a competitor, as a match player, and maybe this is why he's only got a 36% ratio in Ryder Cup, you want to go first. You want to put the pressure on your opponent. Great match players put the pressure on the opponent. And he didn't take it. And he didn't recognize it. And maybe that's what he's talking about learning. Okay. I think there's a lot to be admired about Bryson. I really like playing him. He brings a lot of conversation to every tournament that he plays in. And he's a guy that is still on a learning curve.
On that front, Paul, you make some really good points. At the moment, the closest thing we might have to a rivalry in golf would be Bryson and Rory. Bryson beat Rory at Pinehurst. Remember, 2 years ago, Rory beat Bryson here last April. Bryson said Rory didn't say a whole lot to him in that final round. Rory said he was just locked in on winning. 2 heavyweights sparring in the press building and hopefully on the golf course.
It's great if we can continue to have a rivalry. I don't see any problem with that. I mean, if anything, that helps kind of create more buzz around the game of golf. Do I respect him as an individual? 100%. Do I want to beat him every time I see him? Absolutely. There's no question about it. But I think that's what's so brilliant about the game of golf is that juxtaposition of having that respect, sportsmanlike respect, and then wanting to just absolutely beat the living you-know-what out of him, right? But, you know, it's one of those things, like, I got him at Pinehurst, he got me here, and I hope there's more of those to come because it's great for the game.
Paulie, do we have pointy elbows here?
I love it. No. I love to see him. That's good talk. That's great talk.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not like your opponent. It's okay to disrespect them as a competitor and be in your own. You know, he was soft in the last round last year, and he remembered his interview with Todd afterwards, and he said, well, kind of Rory didn't speak to me the whole way around. Like, he was upset that, you know, Rory wasn't jovial the whole way around. And I think he's learned a lot from that. I have no problem at all with, you know, not liking your competitor when you're out there on those 18 holes. You've got to have that edge. You've got to have that purpose, that sense of mission. And I thought he was soft. He's not always that way, of course he's not, but he certainly was in the last round last year, and he talks a lot about what he learned from last year, and I think that's what he's alluding to.